Over the years of Minecraft's existence, many websites have been created to track various aspects of the accounts registered in-game. From usernames to skins, everything about almost every account is tracked quite accurately. And one part of these websites usually get more attention, their take on the amount of capes that exist in the entirety of Minecraft Java. But something you might not have known is that these sites aren't perfect with their information on capes. In fact, they aren't even close to correct. So today, I'm going to be explaining the mystery of Minecraft's unknown capes. Now, let's begin with a website called NameMC. Chances are you've heard of it, but if you haven't, NameMC is basically the leader when it comes to Minecraft account tracking sites. You can look up anyone's IGN and get information on their skins, capes, and usernames, among other things. But the tab we are going to be focusing on today is the capes tab. Here you can see a very rough, we'll get to that, estimate guessing how many of each cape exists. And when I was first finding out about NameMC back in the day, I took these numbers as if they were exactly right, because I had no reason to believe they weren't. If you are uninformed about how NameMC collects its data, then you may just think that it counts every cape on every account and that is that. But that's just not how it works with Minecraft's API. Basically, the way NameMC works is it can only quote-unquote see accounts that have been searched up on the site before. And that is an extremely good way to do it. If they were to keep every single account on their servers, it would take up so much space for no reason, because around 50% of those accounts would never be checked out by anyone. So by only storing accounts that people have actively looked up, they can save space. But this does cause some issues, especially when it comes to the cape counts. Another thing about the situation is that NameMC can only see the cape you are currently wearing, and for the information to actually be stored that you own the cape you are wearing, you or someone else must look up your account whilst you are wearing that cape, and this is called caching. So even if I were to equip a Migrator cape and then an MCC cape after, if nobody checked out my account on NameMC in the time that I was wearing the Migrator cape, NameMC would only know that I wore the MCC cape, and the Migrator cape would not show up, even if I did wear it. It does make sense. But when it comes to tracking things like the total number of different capes, it gets a bit messy with that system. Now you will probably be able to see why these numbers are so inaccurate. So let's try and find out the real amount of owners for some of Minecraft's capes. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, subscribe. So the most inaccurate cape number on NameMC is by far the Migrator cape. I mean, probably around 80 to 90% of people who bought Minecraft before the point of migration bought it on a Java account instead of a Microsoft account. Because I mean, who would buy it using a Microsoft account? Who would ever do that? But that fact means that, I don't know, maybe like 50 million accounts have the cape? Maybe that's a bit high, probably somewhere around 10 to 20 million, but because these people have never equipped the cape or have never cached it on NameMC as well as other sites, they aren't counted at all. These capes are unknown to every site and there are absolutely millions of them. Another cape I want to bring up is the Mojang cape. I bet that most people working at Mojang do not actually play the game normally, and due to this fact, many of them have never even equipped their Mojang cape. Like, do you really think that some 40-year-old dude named 𝒮𝓊𝒷𝓈𝒸𝓾𝒷𝒾𝒷𝒒e who does programming at Mojang and has a family to feed is gonna care about a cape? No way. Google states that around 600 people work at Mojang, so there could possibly be over 450 Mojang capes that aren't cached on NameMC. Really interesting to think about. But something even cooler are the true unknown Minecraft capes. So now you know what caching is, let me ask you this. If there is an account wearing a brand new one-of-a-kind cape that nobody ever finds, would the community ever even know that the new cape existed? No, they wouldn't. Which has to make you wonder, just how many capes are on Mojang employees' accounts that they have just never worn or have just never been found? I bet there is at least one. I mean, we know about these capes, which were found on the API, so there is obviously capes that are being kept secret, for either testing purposes or maybe some other reason. Another good example of this is the birthday cape, which could have been on Great Biz's account for who knows how long until it was found. Anyways, now I have some questions for you. What is your IGN, and how many capes do you have? Also, do you really think that there is a chance that capes are on the API which we have never seen? I'd love to hear the answers down in the comments. Also, if I have made a mistake in this video, then please let me know down in the comments, because I'm not 100% sure of what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure this is how it works. So if I did get something wrong, then I am sorry. Finally, you should watch this Hypixel video I made as it's pretty good.